Wonderful Earth by Nick Butterworth and Mick Inkpen. Look at our Earth. See how beautiful it is. First of all, there was darkness. Nothing. Zero. And then God said, "Let there be light." And there was. Look at the light. Then suddenly there were stars and planets and galaxies and comets and meteors and a great clouds of gas, all whizzing about and going bang, bang. It was like an enormous firework display. And God said, that's not a bad start. Out of the millions and billions and zillions of planets, God picked out one to be special. Why this one? I don't know. It wasn't even as big. But it was Earth. God made the Earth's pin, which made the day and the night, and He made the moon go round the Earth, which made the months, and He made the Earth go round the sun, which made the years. Then with His finger He gently nudged the North Pole to the little one side, which made the summer turn to winter and back again. It was a very complicated, like making a giant clock, but it all worked out perfectly. Oh, on the earth, God made dry land and water, and the amount of mountains and canyons and deserts and huge exploding volcanoes. God made the rain and the rivers and the mists and waterfalls and hailstones and snow and icicles and great oceans with enormous crashing waves just out of water. Isn't God just so good? Then came the plants, the little twiddly ones at first, and then it just grew and grew and grew and until there was great forests spread right around the earth and the whole world turned green. It was so very beautiful. There were all kinds of plants. Some had leaves like giant hands, and some had long spiky ones and feathery ones, and some had no leaves at all. Some could grow in just one day, and some lived 1,000 years. Some had lovely flowers, and some had delicious fruit. Some had seeds as big as your head, and some had seeds like dust. And some had seals that whirled like helicopters. Oh, look at that. It grew into giant big trees. And now for the really, really fun that started. Roar! Is that a lion I see? Oh, look, don't be scared. God made animals. He made the bees and the bunnies and the snakes and the owls and the birds and the crocodiles and the frogs and, of course, the lion. So many animals. He made them black and white. He made lots with hair. He made the crocodile. Look at the crocodile. He had the fish that lived in big groups. He had the kangaroo. He had some high jumpers, some with stripes, and some with big noses like elephants, and some with long necks like giraffes, and some that were good at fishing, and some that would hiss, and some that would roar, like the tigers and the lions, and some that had stings in their tails, and some that were octopus, and some with tentacles, and some who like it cold, and some who like it hot. Some birds that can't fly, and if you turn it inside out, you get all these different type of animals. You have the good old hippopotamus. Oh my God, look at the octopus and the seals. What do we have here? Oh, and the blue bum. Oh my goodness. And if you turn each half of the page, you can make some that God didn't think of making. But look at that giraffe and the giraffe and the ostrich. Oh, and of course, he made the platypus, the duck-billed platypus. God made the hummingbirds as small as bees and whales as big as buses. He made animals that sing and squawk and spout and hiss and hoot and howl and honk and chirp. Look at this. He made things that have funny names, like the weedy sea dragon, the banquet, the lousy watchman. Oh, but last and not least, what do you think it was that God made? Look in the mirror. It was you. See the mirror? God made you. And me, of course, and everybody else on the earth. He made mummies and daddies and uncles and aunties and grandmas and grandpas and everyone. But we're his masterpiece, his best effort, his hurrah. In some ways, people might even say we like God because we are very clever. We have made and invented planes and cars and bicycles, and even some people go to the moon. We have submarines and all these things we have made. Now, you think with such a wonderful world to live in, would take good care of it, wouldn't you? Especially being so clever. But lately, we haven't been making such a good job of it. See the birds, we chop down the forests. Oh, look at the fish. We promised and poisoned the rivers and the seas. And we've made the weather go wrong. Because now sometimes it's just too hot and too cold. And in some places where it was hot, it's cold. And oh, the earth is just not very happy with us. We've made the sun so strong and we've made the rain so sour. That's not very clever of us. Our poor world isn't very well at the moment. It's in a terrible mess. We're spoiling the beautiful planet that God has made. We must stop to think. Does God really want us to chop down all these trees? Does he really want us to make all this smoke? And can we clean up the rivers and the rain? How can we look after the plants and animals? It won't be easy, but if we ask him to help us change, maybe, just maybe, why don't we ask the angels for help? Can we ask Archangel Michael and Angel Gabriel and the archangels, and for God to help us? Then the earth will be smiley and happy again. You know we can do it. Just ask.